All right, so welcome to Louisiana Gardeners Family's Garden Chat, Thursday Garden Chat. Remember, it's a new video every Thursday at 7 p.m. So what you got going on today, Miss Beverly?
We had an okra that
Oh, what's that, ants on them?
Yeah.
The ants want some okra. All right, so we've been waiting. We've been doing basically, I would say about 2-3 times a week we come out and harvest. And I know people love to see garden harvest videos because they like to see kind of like what you've done with all the videos you've put out. We haven't really been doing harvest videos. We've been showing a few pictures here and there, but we haven't really gotten into a full harvest video. And it's because we really don't wait to like harvest this big amount, because it's like if we harvest a big amount of food just to take a picture, we feel that it would be more of a waste because we wouldn't eat that much food. So that's why we don't do the full harvest video. What you got in there?
Eggplant.
All right. So let me reach over and get this one.
It's the best. Thank you.
Look at that.
It's the best.
Cool. And that's how Beverly likes them, nice and small. They got another small one in there, but we can leave that one. And you say you had another one that was, oh yeah, way down there. She don't like it when it starts to turn colors. So
Because the seed is so hard.
let's go ahead on to our main garden area and check out what we got going. Oh yeah, we're saving seeds on these, and you'll be able to catch us on the episode where we're gonna do our little seed saving. These are the pickling cucumbers, and you see how, let me pick that up. You see how big they get when they start going to seed. On the inside, if you think of it like a squash, when it gets real yellow and starts to get harder and harder, the seeds on the inside are actually gonna start getting harder. So let's go on to our other garden area and get us some more food. So we're here at our cow peas, right? Purple herb peas. And these things grow well. So they're easy to pick and really don't need much to maintain them.
Yeah.
So this is like perfect for sauteing. We haven't, this year, I think I've decided for us all that we're not gonna do any pickling because a lot of things, a lot of factors that we have going on inside that we haven't had time to really plant and get all the stuff that we need. And we have so much stuff packed, so we don't know where our pots are, any of our canning supplies, and I'm not gonna go out and buy that stuff again, and we probably already have it somewhere stored away. So maybe next year, God spare, we'll get the house finished up and we'll be able to really, and this is easy, we can just go out and you don't need your cutters.
Just pluck.
Yeah, pretty much just pluck them with your hand. But the more you pick, of course, the more they will produce. So let's go ahead on. After Belle's finished this, we'll move on to my favorite. So next, we're on to our okra. We have, some of them are a little longer than we like, but they're still okay when you actually cook them. But for fresh eating, maybe not. But for cooking, they're soft enough to cook with. Yeah. Let me get in here. So I was watching, this is supposed to be a garden chat, so let me start talking. Just conversation for sake of conversation. I was watching Organic's Best Urban Gardener, and he put up a video, just a gardening talk and about planning, and that got me to thinking, and like I messaged back to him as me and Bells was kind of already getting into the process of thinking about fall. Here in Louisiana, we have a amazingly long growing season where we can sometimes even get into late November, even December. It really gets cold here January, February. So if we wanted, we actually could start thinking about growing stuff, but we're not going to do that. We just know that we're going to just continually work these areas. Hopefully, I stopped the guy on the side of the road and he was supposed to bring me some mulch, but that hasn't materialized, so I was excited about that, and he never showed. And he had a truck full of mulch, so maybe somebody else caught him and gave him a better deal. I should have gave him $20 or something maybe to bring it, but I didn't. I figured I was kind of helping him out, but whatever. We'll still keep on basically trying to get that mulch or that mulch contact in, and maybe I might have to go through the city or kind of use some of my little contacts and try to get with somebody that knows somebody in the city that will help us get some mulch, because I'm not great at weeding or tilling all season long. So mulch is gonna hopefully be our best friend. All right, so we got some nice peppers up in here. You can just pull them off with your hand. Let me widen this up a little bit. So that's the thing. For those people, it's kind of like when we were stuck inside all winter long. It was easy to plan for the spring, right? Because everybody was waiting to get outside, tired of being inside. Everybody was ready to go. But I'm noticing about the fall, man, this heat is so tumultuous to the fact that you don't even want to walk outside, let alone think about starting a fall garden, right? You kind of hoping and praying that, oh, it's almost over, and the grass don't want to stop growing, and the rain doesn't want to stop raining down and showering. So you're looking for fall, and a lot of people do that, and I think that's a great thing. A lot of people do kind of take a back seat in the fall, but of course us, we love the kale and those kind of things. Look at that, just laying on the ground. Look how long it's gotten. This that cowpea. So we love the greens, Napa cabbage, those kind of things are gonna be coming for your fall garden. So if you're the green kind of lettuce kind of person, then you're looking more forward to your fall garden than you are your spring garden. So let's go on over to our other peppers and let's get all of those off of there. Then we'll catch us a few more eggplants and stuff. This is a beautiful sight, walking out and actually seeing your pepper plants like this. I mean, this just one plant in itself is amazing. This is a Joe's long, I think it is, right? Really, really beautiful peppers. The way I like to cook with them is when I'm like sauteing the vegetables, I don't chop them up. I pretty much just cut the top off and let them like kind of seep into like the flavor, so you don't get all the pepper from the seeds and everything. Just pretty much chop the top off, or chop one end off. You can do the small end if you want, or the top end. I do the top, and basically I just sit it in the food. That way even my kids can eat it if they want. But if you chop up that pepper into it, then
It's not really spicy.
yeah, but yeah, but we're talking about the kids,
Yeah.
and they love cayenne hot sauce. Everybody wants hot sauce. Hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce. But they don't really like peppers that much. Let's finish picking this and then we'll go on to something else. So you see how it's filling up. So we're looking at Belle. She says she's waiting on these. I don't even know. We had the thing down what kind it was. But I think these are Tabasco, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Tabasco. So you can see how they're getting ready to start coming out.
Getting ready for me to eat.
Good time as any to take out plants like this. And I don't really compost the older plants. Basically, if I'm going to compost, I left this and it actually did get ripened up. If I'm going to compost, it's going to be the newer plants. The older plants, I basically, and that's the one good thing about having everything on the tomato cage. And basically, you can start pulling stuff out. Basically, I cut the bottom. I leave the root in for that, what they call organic matter, to kind of get into my soil. And everything else you can just pull out. Which makes it easy. This one here, I don't remember what it was. It didn't produce anything. It got nice and big, but I didn't see not a fruit off of it. The pepper plants were like they were dying, but once I took off some pieces, looked like they've started to come back. And that's all of them. I didn't cut them out. I just pretty much let them stay, and they died for looked like a few months. Kind of looked like this one, and you see how this one is starting to come back as well. So kind of do a little weeding around it and see if they can survive and thrive. So let's let them see that huge okra that one day we forgot to pick it. And that's a daddy okra. That's gonna be a good seed pod. He just left it on there, but these are taller than me now, so I like them. They don't take up much space, and for those people that don't think that you can have two in one hole, that's actually two plants, and they grow well together. So you can actually, you don't have to thin your okra like you think you do. If you're in a farm trying to produce something to sell, maybe, but on a home garden scale, I don't think it's necessary. What you see? See some watermelons in there? Where our bigger ones at? Yeah, but this one is still here. So we still got a good bit of watermelons. Look at this big sucker up in here. Still got a good bit.
You gotta put it back in.
No, it's got too much water in there. So we've stopped pruning and everything with these. I think this one might be a good one. We stopped pruning altogether. Ah, shucks.
Let's get that out.
Yeah, go ahead and take it off. You got the cutters? Go ahead and cut it. And that was our biggest one. I tried to, people were telling me, man, put them back under. We're gonna cut that one. We're gonna cut that one for the video at the end of the video and see what that looks like on the inside. We have been getting some new watermelons. So like I say, we stopped doing the pruning, and actually we've been getting some more to start coming out and showing some decent size. We have that one. We're gonna pick off this crazy sun gold. But look at that. We've had this one come up, and this is our newest one, and this thing is growing so fast. Bev saw this what, a week ago?
Yeah.
And this thing,
it was laying like,
yeah, it was like standing up, and she laid it down. And look at that thing. I think that's gonna be our prize for the end of the watermelon season.
That's
'Cause they got a few more in here. I think, look at that.
That's how it looked earlier.
Yeah. So they're growing
They got
fast.
one over here too.
Yeah, look at that. It's got a little end rod on the end of it. So let's go ahead and pick up some sun golds, and then we'll go to our flooded garden because we don't have that much time. So since I have the boots, I have the work of picking these. Now we did get it was like what they call mudfish.
Yeah.
And I think I got the video of that to show what kind of grows in here. Something that I never saw before here in Louisiana. So let me show you this right quick and then we'll come right back. So we actually, even in the rain, even with it flooding, we're actually able to, look at that. Actually able to get some good production, even in a bad spot. So that's amazing. We got them. All over. So even in a bad spot, we're able to actually get some use out of the land, which is good. You guys see how that sunflower is looking as well. I was looking after we did our video on our cacusa. A lady commented that her husband doesn't even like sticks that look like snakes, and this stick almost just got me, and I'm the one that put it here. So let's get some of these beautiful babies. This one is a little too long, but it's okay. Still looking good. Still looking good.
Got one more.
And they still got some on there. She wants me to get it. And just in case if the moisture kills the plant, we already have had the fruit off of it. And this is really like a swamp. But they're growing well. Got some good. I'm watching my hands. And a lot of these have been on a little too long to where they just need to be popped off. See how they're just falling off? But this is actually, I can't remember the variety. But this is actually a good tasting tomato. So, and you see they're smaller, so they'll produce more. In the future, I think that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant more smaller variety tomatoes. That way we can actually get more production, but not as small as the cherry tomatoes. So let's go on to our container garden, and that'll be the last thing we'll show them for today. All right, so it's getting a little dark. We've actually had to move our whole container garden over to this section because the heat was so unbearable in the space where we had them at. It was kind of like a full sun. Let me see. Give that a kiss. Give it a kiss, 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 kiss. We love you, baby. But the heat was, especially with the papaya and everything, nothing could actually take it. Let's look at those moringa.
Oh, I just picked some moringa today and I mixed it with my beans. I've mixed it with like sweet potato leaves, some
oh, that was with those black eyed peas?
Yeah, with the black eyed peas, with the water spinach.
Cool. So they're doing good, actually getting nice and tall. So that's beautiful. We do have some more tomatoes to pick. Everything, once it got over here, everything started looking 1,000 times better than it was before. So I like this spot. I like this location. It doesn't get as much heat, which is good. The turmeric is looking good. Everything is looking good here. This is a good spot. And I wanted to put an herb garden here, and we're probably still gonna do that in the future. And this just gives me more validation that it actually will work. You can take them off. That having an herb garden here actually, oh, left it on a little too long, huh? Will work. So let's cut open that watermelon. Can y'all see that? Haha. That's a miracle berry. Oh yes. So this is our harvest for today that we've gotten. And here is that watermelon. I wonder if it's people worthy or it would have been good if it wouldn't have rotted.